about we all mass deport Republicans and MAGA?
This message is for anyone who ever voted for Donald Trump.
Gender-affirming care has never been this easy.
I'm a high school math teacher and I have a pride flag in my classroom.
Where is Luigi? I have a list for him.
Hey guys, on this episode of Are Liberals Okay? We have a woman saying that we should deport MAGA. We have an activist instructing illegals with a megaphone who are being detained by ICE. And we have a very special message for Trump voters. That and so much more. Please make sure that you are subscribed.
How about we all mass deport Republicans and MAGA and keep the illegals? Because they know how to treat people.
The fact that she said they know how to treat people when we have instance after instance of them hurting people.
Like MAGA.
If you see the cops or the firefighters at your neighbor's house, it's totally normal to be a little bit nosy when you see something going on around your neighborhood. But please don't pull out a megaphone and begin interfering with law enforcement.
If they don't have a warrant, you do not need to talk to them.
You don't have to answer their questions.
You do not have to answer any questions. Let them slide the warrant under the door or put it up to the window.
Where you can see it clearly.
It has to be signed by a judge.
The truth is that he is doing this more for his TikTok, for his social media, than he is to actually help these illegals out, because it is very likely that they don't speak English and they have no idea what he is even saying. They probably think that this is the FBI who is telling him to come outside or something like that. If he really wanted to help them, why doesn't he deliver the message in their native language?
They can have their own warrants that are not signed by a judge.
They're not valid.
They are not valid. Do not talk to them.
Apparently, these people posted this video trying to intimidate MAGA, and I imagine that it was these people who were behind the camera in the last video.
Stay! You can control them?
No, that one. I brought my own. Mine's bigger.
Something's wrong with our education system. Just seeing this picture is enough. Please say no more.
So I just went to get some lunch today, and I went into
So I just went
Firehouse Subs, and this is not a knock on Firehouse Subs as a franchise, but I walked in there and they're the only people in there, which I couldn't see until I got in there because the light was reflecting off the door. Whereas like just one table full of like 10 burly looking guys with like hoodies and trucker hats and big old beards, and that was one of the most frightening things I've ever had to do, because anyway, I just want to live in a country where I can feel safe getting a sub sandwich and not have to worry about 10 burly men are going to think or do or say or anything when I go get lunch.
I guess he'll have to only shop at Safeway then. Has anybody noticed that it's becoming so common for people to just go to the store, go do something normal, and then come back into their car and then just record some video like freaking out? It's always in the car. These types of freak out videos always happen sitting in a car. And it's just so weird.
This is so f***ing stupid. Like, for the second time, I'm in a coffee shop just trying to study and do my fucking homework, and like last time my headphones were dead, so like I didn't have any headphones on, whatever, I was just gonna do my essay, and this like family sits next to me. It's like a dad and like his like teenage son and like teenage daughter, and they're probably like 18 or some shit, and they're sitting next to me, and like I'm not like paying too much attention, and like
why do they become triggered about the random things? Like, they were wearing trucker hats. They were like 18 years old. It was a family. Why are they so angry just about everything?
Daughter's like, I just like want to go. Like, can we just go walk around? The dad was like, no, like we need to talk about why you guys hate Trump so much. And I was just like, I could hear it. I was like, whatever. And and the dad was just like, it's because you guys need to understand, like, he's doing good because he's trying to stop the trans people who are grooming children. And the daughter was like rolling her eyes. She was like, can we please just go? Like, I don't want to talk about this. And he was like, gay people are fine, but trans people are harming.
Okay, so the last person had some horrendous experience walking through a sub store. Now, this next person just had a bad experience just sitting at a cafe, just existing. So these people are complaining about how difficult it is to exist. And are we not going to mention how bizarre this story sounds? That a family sat down and then the dad immediately said, we need to talk about why you guys hate Trump. This is totally fake. You made this up. Not you, this person. You wouldn't. You would never. Not you, this person, of course. Okay. Oh, oh man, here we go.
I'm going to say this one time, and I will not be adding any further details. Where is Luigi? I have a list for him.
Okay. Wow. So you made a video to let the world know that you're crazy. Also, that is quite a lot of fur on that hat. Speaking of Luigi, let's talk about all the women who were lined up at the courthouse just hoping to see this criminal, to see this horrible man. Why would you waste your day like that? Why do some people look up to idiots?
Dear Mr. President, my name is Daniel Thomas Pryor, and I am a citizen of the United States, and I dare you to pass an executive order on me, you little fascist piece of shit. And for those of you who voted for Trump, you.
Watching this video makes me want to be very careful to never accidentally move in next to this person. He seems like incredibly scary. It's like I barely even heard what he said. All I heard was, my name is Darren and I'm an angry, scary man. That's all I heard. That was really creepy. Here is another lovely message for Trump voters.
It's time to speak up. This message is for anyone who ever voted for Donald Trump. I grew up in a Republican county in a Republican state. And so I understand what we've been told over and over. And I understand why some of you voted for him. I do. I didn't agree and I didn't vote for him, but I can understand how you got there. But I want you to know that any of you who are now realizing this isn't what you wanted, he lied to you. Any of you who are now feeling like you regret that mistake, I promise you, I will never say, I told you so. Not ever. I will run to you with open arms and say, welcome home, because the hate has to stop somewhere. And it stops with me. It stops with me. Come home. Come back to the rest of your American family. There will be some, like the cranky old relatives, who are going to talk like that to you, but it won't be me. And you have a place here. Come home and join us.
She's like using the prodigal son story. Like, we need to return home and they will celebrate our return. And this is probably the most understanding I have ever felt to a liberal before, because it wasn't an insulting video. I do believe that Trump is a good person and he is leading our country right and he cares about our country. And honestly, I would be a fan of him even if he wasn't the president. There are so many reasons to look up to a person like Donald Trump. So I'm sorry. It was compelling, but not really.
First off, I want to say thank you to each and every single one of you that left me a comment on my last video. I saw all the comments and thank you for the advice, because I know we're in this together. I know we're all having the same feelings.
We're all in this together.
The mental gymnastics that we're having to do on top of trying to perform our duties at our jobs. I know it's really hard. So based on what I saw from you guys aren't responding. And
okay, so just for some clarification, she's talking about the email saying that all federal employees are in it together, and she's saying that she's noticed that some people aren't replying and they're probably going to get fired.
I'm not going to respond either.
Oh, Good choice.
I'm going to let it roll. If they want to fire 34,000 correction officers who are responsible for 158,000 inmates who are not going to be able to access anything, including food, in our absence.
Have you ever noticed, like in a business, there's usually like two people who do like most of the work. They're like the active ones. They actually apply themselves. And then there's some people who don't really do anything. It's like the 80-20 rule. It really is. And so I'm sure that if they have the right people in the job, they'll be fine without you.
We're a country that doesn't believe in cruel and unusual punishment. That would be cruel and unusual punishment for those inmates. So if you have a family member in
I mean, these liberals always come up with some type of scenario, like some bad scenario that they want to happen because then it would fit their agenda. Like they make up fantasies. They do it all the time. I'm sure they will be taken care of. Pride flag makes sense for math.
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a high school math teacher and I have a pride flag in my classroom. My job is to teach students math, but it's significantly more than just that. Some of the students that I teach might not have liked their previous math teachers, might not know how to learn math, may have never even passed a math class before. So much of my job is building an atmosphere and a persona that the students feel comfortable learning from me. Because with everyone, especially high school students, learning is scary. Failure.
You're scary. You look scary. So you have already done a bad job.
That we are out here in the bitter cold because the federal workers of this country.
If you're so cold, maybe wear pants and put on a hat, you know?
Gender affirming care has never been this easy. With Plume, I was able to get started online and get personalized gender affirming care right from home. No long waits.
Oh my goodness. What was that? It's like some type of weird brand deal. No.
Speak for your goddamn self. Leave the rest of us out of it. Slava Ukraini. Heroyam Slava.
What is this? This is an American soldier, let's see, who says Slava Ukraini. I mean, what does that mean? Save Ukraine? Is that what it means? What a weirdo. Why are people so weird? Like Kamala, for example.
You see this, you're here, you're now seeing it up close.
It's not only seeing it, Alex, you can smell it. You can feel it, right? So it's seeing it with our eyes, and many people have seen it. You all are covering it. But to literally be on the ground here, you can smell the smoke that was here. You can feel the toxicity, frankly, of the environment. You can feel the energy of all of the folks who are still here on the ground.
What a weirdo. Did you guys know that AI it's kind of a fancy thing and that the cloud exists somewhere up here? You always get so much insight when you hear Kamala speak.
Caroline, you know the blondie from the White House? You know the one without lips? Anyway, she wears a big-ass cross around her neck while lying to us without blushing.
She doesn't lie to us. And it's really interesting to make fun of how somebody else looks, and like making fun of small lips. It's always the biggest insult. It's like, oh, small lips. Who cares? Like people can eat. Who cares? I don't understand why people make such a big deal about people's lip sizes. It's so ridiculous. And here is Caroline telling us why she wears a cross.
Your faith? Can I ask you about that for a minute?
Sure.
You're bringing that to the
cross
press
you're
briefing?
citing I'm wearing right now.
There it is.
I try to wear it every day.
Why do you wear it?
Because I love Jesus and I believe my faith is the reason I'm here, and this is God's plan for my life, and faith is what grounds me and what allows me to be good at my job and be good at as a mom, and it's all glory to God, and I'm only here because of him.
One time I heard the life advice to write down what you would want other people to say about you at your funeral and what you would like your epitaph to say. And that was just really deep to me because it made me realize that life is so much more than us as individuals, and we're not going to be here forever. And what is it that we want to leave behind? How do we want to make other people feel? And I was just thinking about how differently I felt when I saw and heard Caroline speaking. And that is the reason why we need to define what kind of impact we want to have on the world and work at that. You're never too old or too young to make a difference and do the things that you want to do, and do it today. Make a small step towards that today. There is no excuses, and I'm glad that we're living in a world that is a little bit more tougher. We're being told to be more ambitious. When there is hope in the future, there's power in the present. Make sure that you're subscribed. I'll see you next time. Bye.